Hello, everyone, and welcome to Conservative Coffee Hour. I'm Stanley Smith. Each week, we have like to think it's a lively conversation about various topics from a more conservative viewpoint. And last week, we had a pleasure of actually having Hector Belicoretes here, who's running for the 4th District Representative for the state of Illinois. And that was very interesting because Hector is running as a Democrat, because he is a Democrat. He actually has a lot of conservative ideas, and he's very much positioned himself as the opposition to the Democratic Party, which is kind of a weird wordplay, I guess. And going to take a closer look at that later on, and why we can't have a Republican candidate in the city of Chicago. I was recently on a business trip to Atlanta, and oddly enough, wherever I go, it always seems to be the same conversations, religion, sex, and politics, which happen to be my three favorite topics. And someone in Atlanta asked me, they said, don't even know if you have a Republican Party in Chicago. And I didn't answer that because I was more intrigued with the question. And they also wanted to know how someone like Lori Lightfoot ever got elected as mayor of our city. And, I read years ago that there's no such thing as bad publicity. And I have to give it to Lori that people all over the country and a fair number of people around the world certainly know Chicago, thanks to the notoriety of Lori Lightfoot. And recently, there was no exception to that with the lockout of the teachers from the schools and the butting heads of Lori and the teachers' unions. And I was struck by that. Like, how is it that Lori was elected? And recently, someone pointed out to me that part of Lori's issues with the unions is that Lori was not the chosen candidate of the unions. In fact, Tony Preckwinkle was, and that partly plays into Lori's friction and tension with these labor unions, which, in a sense, you could view her as the opposition candidate. And how did Lori get elected? Well, there is a Republican Party here in the city of Chicago and in Cook County, and there are people at both ends of the political spectrum, and most people are somewhere in the middle. I think most people in the middle see that things are not working here, and for better or worse, they probably voted for Lori Lightfoot, myself included, because we saw her somewhat of an outsider and the possible opposition candidate to the system. And obviously the mayor, as we all have made many mistakes, but I think the jury's still out to see if Lori perhaps can pull it out of the fire and show herself to be the true opposition candidate that's needed here in the city of Chicago, in Cook County, and the state. And we need to take a closer look at candidates like Hector and see how he can position himself as can't call himself a Republican. Perhaps he can call himself an opposition candidate. This Conservative Coffee Hour is every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. I'll include my email in the description, and I would be happy to send you an invite so we can explore this and many other topics together. And I look forward to seeing you there very, very soon.